Greetings, everyone, and welcome to the People Journals channel. Today we'll delve into a captivating and sometimes overlooked subject of the Bible and the origins of African people. The Bible, a revered text shaping cultures and faiths for ages, holds significant insights into the beginnings of African peoples. Join us as we explore these sacred scriptures, uncover lesser-known truths, and discover the ancestral roots of Black and African people. In the Bible, it mentions the African peoples. Did you know that the Israelites lived in Africa as slaves in Egypt for a long time? The Black people, who are one of the largest ethnic groups globally, have a deep history, even recorded in the sacred scriptures. Surprisingly, the Bible discusses the beginnings of African people, including their kings and queens who had darker skin. According to the sacred scriptures, all current people are descendants of Noah's three sons Shem, Ham, and Japheth. This applies to Black and other dark-skinned ethnic groups whose lineage traces back to Ham, one of Noah's sons. Ham is the brother of Shem and Japheth. Shem represents Semitic people like Arabs, Jews, and Syrians, while Japheth represents European and Asian peoples. Originally, the term Hamite referred to people who were descended from Ham or Canaan, one of Noah's sons, according to the Bible. After the flood, Noah and his three sons were responsible for continuing the lineage of Adam, their father, with only 8 people remaining: Noah, his wife, his 3 sons, and their wives. Humanity needed to start anew. Ham, Noah's son, is acknowledged as the ancestor of African and Black people in the Bible. His name is often linked with Africa. In the book of Psalms, he's depicted as the ancestor of ancient Egyptians. Interestingly, in ancient times, rabbinic traditions, Jewish tales, and other ancient traditions always identified him as the ancestor of African people. Moreover, all interpretations of Ham's descendants point toward African countries and regions, as well as their peoples. Interestingly, the name Ham in Hebrew, Aramaic, and other ancient languages means burned or dark, referring to the skin tone of his descendants. In the book of Genesis, chapter 10, verses 6 to 4, you can find more details about Ham's lineage, also known as the Hamitic peoples. The text mentions Ham's descendants, including Kush, who is considered the forefather of various African nations, and Mizraim, who is regarded as the progenitor of the ancient Egyptians. It's worth noting that Arabs, Jews, Syrians, and other peoples commonly refer to Egypt as Mizraim, in recognition of its origins. Additionally, other sons of Ham include Phut, also known as Phut, and Canaan, who is the ancestor of the Canaanites, not the Africans. It's important to grasp that Canaan represents a specific region and its people. The sons of Kush, another of Ham's sons, include Havilah, Sabta, Rama, Sabteka, and Nimrod. In the early stages of his rule, Nimrod, who was an ancestor of the native peoples of ancient Babylonia and the Sumerians, had Babel, among other cities, under his control. Nimrod ventured into Assyria, where he established 2 or 3 cities. Additionally, Mizraim was the forefather of the Lud, who are North African peoples such as the Anam, Lehabim, Naphtuhim, Pathrusim, and Casluhim, from whom the Philistines and the Caphtorim descended. Mizraim, the firstborn son of Ham, gave rise to many nations and peoples, including the Ethiopian people. All Ethiopians are descendants of Kush, as well as the inhabitants of Nubia, known in ancient times as the Kingdom of Kush. These are the main nations and peoples that originated from Kush, Ham's son and the firstborn of Ham. They're not just connected to Kush and Nubia, which include the Kingdom of Kush, the Kingdom of Nubia, and the ancient Samans. Nimrod, the rebellious son of Kush, is seen as the forefather of the Samaritan people. Additionally, it's believed that the peoples of southern India, including the natives of the region, are descendants of Kush, along with many other Africans such as Malians, Atrians, Kenyans, Congolese, and Bantu from Gabon. The term Kush is often linked with Ethiopia and Africa in the Bible, and its literal meaning is Ethiopia or Black Kush was also the father of Canaan and Mizraim or Misraim. Misraim is considered the ancestor of the ancient Egyptians, as well as many peoples of North Africa, including the Berbers and the dark-skinned Tegs. It's intriguing to observe that all Semitic peoples, such as Arameans, Arabs, and Israelites, refer to Egypt as Misraim. This name is used across various ancient languages like Aramaic, Arabic, Arid Hebrew. We understand that Ham is the ancestor of all African and South Indian peoples, and he lived an exceptionally long life because he was born before the flood. He lived long enough to witness up to the 5th or 6th generations of his family and ancestry. Interestingly, like his brother Shem, who also lived about 600 years or possibly more, there's no exact confirmation of Ham's lifespan since biblical texts don't specify it. However, it's presumed that he lived to about 600 years, similar to his brother. The precise location of Ham's tomb is uncertain, but according to some theories and studies, it might be in the Ethiopian region or even in Nubia. Others suggest he may be buried in Mesopotamia, in the land of the Samans. However, many people believe that Ham's tomb is located in Africa, specifically in Sudan or Ethiopia. Some even suggest that he could be buried in Egypt, which is quite intriguing given Egypt's rich history and ongoing discoveries of ancient tombs dating back thousands of years. The Book of Jubilees offers additional insights into Ham's life and the events involving Noah's family and their 3 lineages: Hams, Shems, and Japheths. This ancient Jewish manuscript, considered credible during Christ's time and earlier, recounts that Ham strongly disagreed with his youngest son Canaan's decision to settle in the land of Shem, which is now known as Israel. Canaan's ambition to claim those lands for himself was not supported by his father, Ham. In the Book of Jubilees, it's recounted that Kush and Mizraim, Canaan's brothers, along with their father Ham, disagreed with Canaan's choice to settle in the land of Shem, which corresponds to the region known as Israel today. Like Ham, they also disapproved of Canaan's behavior. They confront Canaan and demand that he leave that land, as they believe that African lands are meant for the descendants of Ham. However, Canaan disregards their orders and continues to live in that area, ignoring the wishes of his father and brothers, Mizraim and Kush. The Book of Jubilees also mentions that Ham was the founder of the first city and province after the flood. He named the city after his beloved wife, Malus. The Bible reveals the richness and diversity of African history, showing how African peoples have made significant contributions to global civilization and culture. Now, let's delve into their origins and migrations, starting with the descendants of Ham, one of Noah's sons, as recounted in the book of Genesis chapter 10. According to this biblical narrative, Noah's sons are depicted as the ancestors of various peoples across the world. After the flood, Ham, one of Noah's sons, is considered the forefather of several African peoples. His sons included Kush, linked with the historical region of Nubia in present-day Sudan and southern Egypt; Mizraim, associated with Egypt; Phut, connected with Libya; and Canaan, tied to the region of Canaan, which includes parts of present-day Palestine. This family tree lays the groundwork for understanding the historical ties between the peoples living in Africa and the Middle East. It highlights the diversity and connections among generations through migration. The journey of Abraham stands as a crucial aspect in the narratives and beliefs of the 3 major Abrahamic religions: Judaism, Christianity, and Islam. Abraham, born in Ur of the Chaldeans, which is in modern-day Iraq, receives a call from God to leave his homeland and journey to the land of Canaan. God promises Abraham that he will become the father of a great nation in this new land. Abraham's migration symbolizes obedience to God and trust in his promises. Abraham's journey marks the start of a unique bond between God and the Hebrew people, laying the foundation for future events such as slavery in Egypt and the eventual liberation led by Moses. The migration of Joseph to Egypt is a captivating tale of betrayal, resilience, and divine guidance. Sold as a slave by his own brothers, Joseph finds himself in Egypt. However, his skill in interpreting dreams eventually propels him to a position of significant authority within the Egyptian government. The migration of Joseph to Egypt and his subsequent rise to power had a profound impact on the history of the Israelite people. His presence in Egypt set the stage for significant events to unfold, including the future enslavement of the Israelites and their eventual exodus, led by Moses, to attain freedom. These biblical stories hold immense significance in understanding the origin, migrations, and interconnections of African and Middle Eastern peoples. Moreover, they provide the historical and spiritual foundations of the Abrahamic religious traditions, which are integral to the beliefs and practices of millions of people worldwide. By sharing this knowledge, we aim to foster respect, tolerance, and appreciation for the rich cultural heritage of African peoples and their contributions to human history. Thanks for watching. Please like and subscribe and turn on the notification bell to get notified anytime we post a new video. God bless you. Amen.